true, true,
True.
Yeah. Let's go.
True.
What's good with y'all? What is good? What is good? We got Ronnie in the building early. Shout out to Ronnie. What's good, Ronnie? How you doing? Ronnie in the building. You feel me, chat? What's good? Why all of a sudden my eyes just got cloudy? You know what I'm saying? I've been up for a little bit, but dang. I actually almost made it live at 7:30 today, but then, other things started to happen. And chat, recently, I've been really, really practicing the art of focus, right? The art of focus. What do I mean by that? What do you mean by that? Right? I've been practicing on focus, which means I am trying to be more intentional about putting all of my attention and power and energy into whatever it is I'm doing at the moment, right? So if I'm streaming, stream, right? Sometimes you get distractions, sometimes things happen, right? But all in all, right? I don't want to get too close to the mic. So I'm troubleshooting today a little bit, chat, right? But all in all, right? I am I'm trying to be more intentional with my efforts. So to see if it leads to less wasted effort. But I'm also trying to approach a lot of things with the I always have a positive attitude, right? I always have a positive attitude. But some things in life you've just done for so long that it's like second nature, right? Y'all have things like that, chat. Y'all have things in life that you've done so long that it's basically second nature to you. You feel me? Like work. Work is one of those things, for me at least, right? You know, the uh, the role that I do as a financier, right? I've been doing it for a while. It's second nature. So while other people may see things as this, like, think of like a fire sale, right? Everything has extreme urgency, right? You work in an environment where you're used to prioritizing things, right? There's an order in which things have to be done. And sometimes you work for or in environments where the priorities don't seem to matter sometimes, right? And what I mean by that is anytime something comes up, that becomes the number one priority. So, what I'm trying to do personally is just approach all that stuff and like, listen, It's gonna be cool. I don't gotta drop everything that I'm doing. I don't have to, you know. But if I'm working on something, whether it be the number one priority or not, if I chose to give a specific thing my energy, then I'm giving that my energy. Does that make sense, chat? So if I decide, oh, I'm gonna make some coffee, I'm not focusing on whatever's supposed to happen in the future or whatever had happened in the past. I'm focusing on, let me make my coffee. That's what I'm doing at the moment. That's what I chose to do at the moment. So let my mind be here. So being real intentional. Y'all feel me? W's in the chat for that. Sure, daily dose of ASMR. Excuse me, chat. You see what I'm saying? 1 second. My bad, chat. I don't know if y'all could hear that or not. But yeah, that's that's that phone call. That's just a part of, again, that's still, we're still trying. We're almost there, chat. We are so close to getting this whole school situation. You would think it'd be done by now. We've been doing everything we're supposed to do. You would think we would be done by now, but we are not. Shout out to Solo in the building, right? So we are not officially done yet, chat. Like, the little baby is supposed to, or we hope for him to start school on Monday. That may or may not happen. So we're trying to just make sure we got all his medical records and everything, going on. Yeah, that's what that's about. But like I was saying, chat, being intentional, right? Putting my focus into one task at a time, right? Because then I don't want to be thrown off by things. Shout out to the wifey who's currently trying to take care of this stuff before she goes to work. She's a little stressed out. I can hear it in her voice because now where she has to go doesn't technically open for another 4 minutes. And she got to go to work. She got to drive almost an hour to get to work, but she got to wait. But I told her, calm down. It's going to be okay. And that's the approach I'm trying to take. You feel me, chat? You feel me? That is the approach we take in. Shout out to Crest in the building. You know what I'm saying? Being intentional about where I give my energy. So one task at a time. I know Crest could tell y'all all about that because as someone who's a professional tattoo artist, right? All your attention gotta be on your work. You can't be thinking about what I'm gonna do later or what happened before. You gotta give your all because there's no time for mistakes. Now I'm not saying in other areas mistakes can't happen, but focusing your energy, I think, would actually burn less energy. It'll take more. You'll acquire less stress. I guess, right? Because again, there's an order of operations. It doesn't matter what you're doing. I know when I first became of age to work, chat, I had my first job at McDonald's, right? And a little bit, y'all been learning a little bit more about me as the mornings have been going, right? Exactly. Lock in. You got to lock in. No stressing. You got to do the task at hand, right? In Crest's situation, you can't be like, yeah, I'm tattooing now, but I'm worrying about all this stuff I got to do later because people don't want to, they're unforgiving if you mess up something that important, right? But yeah, Chad, when I had my first job, I used to work at McDonald's, right? As many people may have done, worked at some type of fast food, but I used to work at McDonald's. And when I worked at McDonald's, there's an order of operations. When you get there early in the morning and chat, listen, I was definitely five. Listen, I'll tell you right now. I don't know what the rules were, but they said, listen, I know that, you know, call us kids, right? I'm a 16-year-old, are supposed to work certain hours, but like, listen, if this kid is trying to work, they was gonna let me work, right? So I used to work at 5 a.m. And when you got there, right, that's a shift in which you're many hours before lunch, but still kind of early before the true breakfast rush or whatever you want to call it comes in. So you had certain order of operations. You had to make sure the papers were laid out on in the grill area. You got to make sure the cups are stocked up. You got to make sure sauces and ketchup packets and everything else is good to go, right? Those are things that you had to make sure were in order before you just start working and taking orders, right? Because if you didn't and you did that and you had to now make sandwiches, now you're behind because you have to leave the line or the grill area to go fetch papers, fetch things to wrap sandwiches, right? And the purpose of me saying that is because sometimes in life things have an order, right? I'm just Cress is in the chat, so I'm using him as an example. But like as a professional tattoo artist, I would assume, and I'm sure everybody can assume that you need to make sure your station is clean. Then you need to make sure your ink is laid out. Make sure you got your brand new needles laid out, right? Before you prep the client, right? Because you don't want to be like, all right, I gotta shave this person's hairy ass arm, and now that I finished shaving their arm, let me go get all my supplies ready. I mean, maybe some people do it that way. You know, it's all about efficiency. Yeah, see, Crest, no, he could tell you, or you could just go watch it. Go watch the process. I watch it all the time. I'm like, yo, when you got your processes down, that's how people know you're a professional. And that's why clients keep coming back because they're like, this person is professional. But what we started talking about is focusing your energy. And that's what I'm trying to be much more intentional about. If I'm on Twitch, I'm on Twitch. I'll worry about this later. If I'm at work, I'm focused on work. I'll do it. I'll deal with that later. If I'm making coffee, I make coffee, and everything else will come later. Being intentional, right? I drink black coffee, by the way, chat. You know what I'm saying? I'm definitely one of those people. You want anything in your coffee, sir? Nah, I don't. Fill that bitch up to the brim. You know what I'm saying? I want to walk out the store like, you know what I'm saying? That's me. Fill my shit up. But W's to that, chat. You feel me? It's that black how. Yeah, straight up black coffee, right? You know, that's just me. I also drink sugarless tea. I don't call it unsweetened, right? Because to me, all right, let me break it down real quick. So, sugarless and unsweetened tea are two different things to me, right? Unsweetened tea, to me, they're the same thing. It's just semantics, right? Unsweetened tea is like if I go to the store and the tea is already prepped and bottled by some type of company and they have multiple different brands. One has sugar in it, one is extra sweet, and one is not sweet. Me, I make tea at home. I use a tea bag and I used to use a steeper and then I drink the tea just like that. No sugar added. And actually, yeah, Cresta, he needs sugar. I am not a sugar fan. I'm not. I'm not a fan of sugar. Like I don't do like I'm not gonna say I don't do sweets. I'm gonna say I don't do a lot of sweets. I'll eat a piece of candy, not every day, not every week, not every month, but every now and again I'll indulge. Maybe some chocolate, some dark chocolate or something. My vice chat is salt, right? But I also have to watch that too, because anything that's an additive will get you. Kool Aid, no sugar. I don't even drink Kool Aid. If it's supposed to have sugar in it, if I do drink it, it's gonna have sugar. You know what I'm saying? But most times, like if you have to add sugar, I won't add sugar. You know what I'm saying? I eat ice cream, but I'm not a fan of ice cream. I eat cookies. I'm not a fan of cookies, right? Brownies. You know what I'm saying? Anything sweet treats. Smoky voice. Yeah, salt though. You'll catch me with some man. Listen, some chips, right? Some salty ass chips, some salty French fries. See, that's my vice. But I try not to overdo it. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to that girl B in the building. That girl B has entered the chat. You feel me? What's good with you, B? How you doing? Salt chat. But I gotta watch it too. So let me take y'all back because I'm not sure how deep into the social media and stuff like that y'all be. But there was a video where, if y'all recall, a guy named Fat Boy, right? He went by the Instagram name Fatboy SSE, I believe was his full Instagram name. But Fat Boy started when he first started doing content. He was a fat boy. He was this huge, yeah. And the dill pickle chips, and also the if you've never had the Vlasic dill flavored puffs, those are pretty good too. But he was a big dude, and he had a video with, I cannot remember the other guy's name, but he had a video, and they're sitting on a couch and they're talking about food, right? And I still remember this. He's talking about food, and they said, "Man, oh, I love some food." And the other dude's like, "Yeah, I love some food too, man." He said, "It just gets you, man." He said, "That seasoning." And then he said, "Man, it's so good. That should just be too seasoned." But the one dude was like, "It be too seasoned, meaning it's seasoned so good that it's hard not to eat it." Chat, y'all have any aunties or grandmas or moms or anybody in your family where it's like their food is seasoned so good it's hard not to eat it? You know what I'm saying? You go somewhere, somebody's house for Thanksgiving, it's like, this is so good. I keep going back to eat it, even though maybe you're already full, you already overindulge yourself, but it's like, I shouldn't be eating this much, but it's so good. You ever been in that type of situation, Chad? That's how he was approaching it. Like, that should be too seasoned. Like, damn, it's so good that I just keep eating it. Meanwhile, Fat Boy on the other end of the couch, and when he heard that, he's like, yeah, that should be too seasoned. But his thought process was a little different because he's like, damn, that should be too seasoned. Like, this is why people unhealthy. This is why I'm unhealthy, because this shit be too seasoned. And then he started working on his health, and he started getting really good, and he started losing weight. But that was a pivotal moment for me too, Chad, because I was thinking about it. I was like, yeah, shit do be too seasoned. And since then, I have stopped what I refer to as over seasoning. And I may not have been even over seasoning my food previously, but I'll give you an example. So many of black households, right? Many African American cultured households, many of a melanated residences, right? Many ebony establishments, right? Many of these households make spaghetti. You feel me? And in making spaghetti, right, there is a sauce associated with the spaghetti noodles, right? Black people, y'all know when we say spaghetti, people know what you mean. If I say, yeah, I had spaghetti, people will be like, oh yeah, he had the spaghetti noodles, he had the bolognese, right? But technically, spaghetti's just the noodle, right? The sauce is the bolognese, right? So many black households have spaghetti. People make spaghetti. Everybody who's watching this and black probably knows how to make spaghetti or grew up having spaghetti at some point, right? But what I used to do, chat, is when I'm making, I can either use ground beef or I can use turkey. But when I do, I would season it. You know, you put your mixture in there. You might put a mirepoix, right? You might put the trinity of ingredients, right? Some put some onions, some peppers, some garlic, some salt, pepper. You know what I'm saying? Whatever it is, just seasoning your Italian seasoning. Sorry, chat. W's to the wife. She taking care of business this morning, chat. Let's applaud her, right? But yeah, I'm also one of those people who have made spaghetti in multiple ways. Shout out to Finesse in the building. I made the bolognese several ways, right? I made it with complete fresh ingredients like blended up tomatoes, you know what I'm saying? All the fresh ingredients, right? Everything started in vegetable form and turned into sauce form, right? But we all know that many times we don't do that. Many times you going to open up a jar, whether that be a jar of Prego, whether that be a jar of Ragu, whether that be a jar of whatever. But you know what I'm talking about. The jar with the red sauce that's pretty much already seasoned and flavored, right? We talking about how food be too seasoned. So you season all the meat and then you put the sauce in and then you season the sauce some more, right? Because we talking about a spaghetti dish, right, Mr. Finesse, right? And then you eat it and you're like, this is delicious. But you know what, chat? You know what I stopped doing? I stopped doing all the extra seasoning. I stopped. Now when I cook the meat, especially like on me feeding my kids, because I told you like that video, and I'll see if I can find it. I'm talking about a video of Fat Boy SSE. If you're familiar with who that is, Mr. Finesse, but talking about how sometimes you be intentional and sometimes you gotta, we're talking about all kinds of stuff. Yeah, I know I'll be jumping around, but now when it comes to the meat and all that, I don't put all those seasonings in there, right? I don't put all those seasonings in there. I may put a little bit of salt, a little bit of pepper, and then I put some fresh garlic, but that's it. I don't add none of the extra stuff. And then when I'm doing the quick sauce, which I do majority of the time, I just let the sauce be the seasoning. And you know what, chat? It tastes just as good, right? But the difference is now myself and my children aren't consuming as much seasoning, which in turn is going to help them from, or me being the reason why they could potentially start seeing spikes or increases in their blood pressure from salt. Because I told you, I'm not a sugar guy, I'm a salt guy. And it's a lot of salt inside of seasonings. You feel me? So, yeah, that's what we're talking about. We all over the place, but it makes sense, right? Should be too seasoned, right? And for me, should be too sweet. I don't have a sweet tooth, chat. Should be too sweet. I'll eat something and I'll be like, yo, this shit is sweet. But every now and again, you know what I'm saying? A restaurant might catch you. You might go in a restaurant and you like, oh, that was a good meal. And let me hit it with the hot fudge volcano brownie with the hot fudge coming out the side and then it's exploding chocolate bubbles, or they pour hot chocolate on top of a chocolate dome and you watch the chocolate melt and all, sometimes they get you. Sometimes the dessert looks too good and you got to try it. You feel me? But for the most part, it's like that should be too sweet. I can't rock with it all the time. My taste buds just, they're programmed for salt, chat. Yeah. So anyway, that was a little tangent. We were talking about all kinds of stuff. It's easy to jump from subject to subject, right? Supportive roughneck. I don't know what that's about. That's just one of those things that just pops up. But anyway, y'all see the title of the show, right? How does this work? How do we do these things, right? We need to figure out how to do some of this stuff. Honestly, chat, we need to figure some stuff out. Because again, we've been here for how many? Let's see the exact number of days we've been streaming so far. Yeah, I know we started on May 26th. That was 79 days ago, chat. We've been streaming for 79 days. Shout out to that. You feel me? Give us all the applause. Give us the party, you know what I'm saying? We've been out here and we've been staying consistent. That's a huge thing too, right? Consistency is key. But y'all know we're going from shout out to the shout out from Mr. Finesse. But y'all know we're going from zero to hero. In order to do that, we got to continuously make improvements. So the first thing is, right? The first thing is, where's that box? Where's the box, chat? Here we go. Here's the box. Right? We're going to get back to that. But before we do, we got pay in the fucking building. Let's go. Spam them emotes in the chat. Turn up. Chat, it's mad crazy that y'all see my sub badge in the chat, right? So I do have sub badges now. How do I have only I don't even have the top tier sub badge on my own channel because I haven't been here long enough for the top tier sub badge. It's interesting how they do that, right? You feel me? You said you got to get a Stream Deck. The Stream Deck is amazing. But also, Mr. Finesse, let me put you on game real quick because y'all know I'm not a gatekeeper. I encourage you, right? So the Stream Deck I'm looking at is an Elgato. But what many people don't know, what I discovered, because Elgato has a marketplace, right? They have a Stream Deck for your phone, right? So what that means is all the capabilities that I'm using with this Stream Deck, I believe you can actually just download the app and do the same thing. So if you have a webcam, I think it'll be more difficult to use your phone if you're also streaming from your phone. But if you have a webcam, I would assume that you could use your phone as the Stream Deck, and that's a fact. And I learned about that because I went to the Elgato marketplace. And let me see if I can find it for you real quick. Let me see if it'll come up. Let me see. Stream Deck. Let's see. Okay, look at this. Let me show you real quick. This is where I found out about it. All right, peep game. Hope you watching. Hope you watching. Because you know. All right, here we go. Right? All right. Look at this. Right? So you see this? This is what I was looking at. So it says no Stream Deck, no problem. Now all new on Android 2. Get it free on Android, iPhone, and iPad, right? So I clicked this. I was like, okay, what are they talking about? You see this, Mr. Finesse? Stream Deck Mobile. You see, there's a QR code right there. How big is that on the screen? Can you snatch the QR code off of my stream? If not, I could probably put this link inside the chat. I'll give you a second to see if you can actually grab the QR code off of here. Let me see. Can I zoom in? Let's see. Can I zoom in? Oh, hold up. My bad. My bad. If y'all can still hear me, stand by. I think my okay. All right. Let's see. Can y'all still see me? Were you able to get the? Were you able? Oh, you grabbed it. You got it. All right, bet. Because I was going to zoom in and let you get it. But yeah, there you go. You know what I'm saying? I thought that was pretty dope. I said, oh snap. Yep. Look at that. You can do all types of stuff. And I think you can actually use the Stream Deck mobile to control your actual Stream Deck too. So yeah, shout out to that. You know what I'm saying? I'm glad I was able to put somebody on with some game just now. All right, bet. I gotta reload my stuff real quick because this is like, excuse me. All right, bet. Yeah, so shout out to that. So, chat. One of the things I wanted to look into was there was two specific things I wanted to look into. The first one was like the alerts. You setting it up now as you speak. Hey, listen, get that set up right, and just add at least one sound. That's your goal. Add one sound. So next time you stream and I hop on there and you see me, I'm be like, "Yerp, I just want you to play any sound off of that just to let me know that shit worked." You feel me? I'm just clicking stuff, chat. Now, hold up. How do I go back? Hold up, is this? Okay, nope, that's not the button to go back. Chat. One of the things I was going to say is I need to get better at using Streamlabs, right? And okay, editor. Okay. I'm like, bro, I'm all over the place at this moment. See, that's why I need to learn. So what I did is I clicked alerts and widgets on the overlays because I'm using Streamlabs and I'm trying to learn how to like. I don't have no alerts set up, chat. If there's a new subscriber, a new follow, a like, a bit, a nothing, I mean, I keep up my stream manager now. I'm getting much better with that so I can see what's going on, but I don't have no alerts. I'm gonna have to set that up. But also another thing is this, right? So y'all know you use Streamlabs. Hey, listen, if you're a beast at Streamlabs, you're gonna have to do a tutorial or something. So there's two things that this comes with, right? Y'all seen me open this before. These are my DJI mics. I got two of them, right? You, you. Which mic is it recognizing? I don't think it's recognizing this one at the moment. But we have this DJI mic. I don't even have stream elements. I don't even know, like, I've seen it on everyone's stream, but I don't physically have it on mine. Like, I don't even, and that's what I mean. I never took the time to fully learn all the intricacies because what I was focusing on most of the time was being able to do transitions and figure out audio. And I feel like I'm just now getting to the point where I recognize that stuff, right? Like, for example, I could do this, huh? Right? So I can do that. You know what I'm saying? Bro, I bought some boom and it broke in a week. I was mad. download it, it's going to add to Streamlabs. So Stream Elements, where do you download it from? Where this App Store on Streamlabs? I don't know why my voice just cracked like that. and and you control alerts there. Oh, you could have add. Yeah, I had to raise the ad back up to get rid of the pre rolls. But look, chat, I have this too. So this is a transmitter. Ooh. Wait, because I need to read the book or something. I need to read the book or something, chat. Because I have this receiver. Is this the book? Shout out to the sub from Mr. Finesse. He said he getting subbed up. He tired of ads. You know what I'm saying? As you should be. You feel me? These are stickers. These are they gave me stickers, chat. These are the DJI stickers. Y'all know I had this DJI stuff for a minute now. Oh yeah, I could sell you on Turbo. Turbo I think is very beneficial. If you're not really in a position to be subbed up to a ton of people's channels, Turbo is good. If you have Amazon Prime, though, you can also sub up using your Prime membership. You do have to renew it each month if you want to stay sub to a specific person's channel. But it does give you the opportunity to sub to different channels for the essentially free. It's not free because you pay for Prime, but you get a Prime subscription. I gotta figure out where my book is at. The directions are in here somewhere, chat. They're here somewhere. These are all the Osmo Pocket directions, but where's the one for the microphones? Where's the ones for the mics? I need to reorganize my area. See, my area is a reflection of how my brain has been operating, chat. You see all this stuff all over the place? That's essentially how I've been operating. Yeah. So maybe if I can at least set up an alert. All right, I'm gonna have to find my book. I got a lot of instructions all over the place. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, it throws off the conversation, especially when you haven't when you're talking to somebody, like one on one almost, right? But I need to figure that out. So at least an alert, right? So alerts and widgets. So I don't need a bunch of advanced alerts. This says 1,000 widgets. Let's go home. Right? I want to set up an alert because I know I can do it through Twitch, right? I can set up an alert through Twitch, but can I also set up an alert through Streamlabs, right? You feel me? Alert box settings. All right, let's see. Let's see what we're talking about, right? So I could show this, but I'm just trying to be careful because you listen, y'all already know. It says you can add alerts from Twitch and add it. And then you said no. Twitch alerts going to come from Twitch on Streamlabs. Okay, so just basically, because I was watching, shout out to the girl, shout out to Trinity J. I was watching her set up like alerts on Twitch, and it did work. I mean, on Streamlabs, and it definitely worked. So I'm thinking like setting it up on here. So let's see, an alert box, widget URL. Oh, so this one specifically, oh, okay. So it has follows, subscriptions, bits, raids, all that, right? Okay, so click to copy widget URL. See, it says, please make sure this information is private. Do not show this on your stream. Exactly, right? Okay, so you can do an image, text over image. So I can put anything I want there. And then I can put blank is now following, alert duration. Okay. Okay, chat. This is how we can do that. So I don't think we need the widget URL. Let's just see if we can set up something randomly real quick. Text over image. Image above text. Image to left. Okay. Okay, let's do image above text, right? And then for our image, it says click or drag and upload. Let me see if I have any image on this computer that I can use. Let's see. Do I have any image that'll work? I think I'll find something. Let me see. Let me see. Okay, what if I use my Lego man for the moment? All right, let's drag and drop Lego man. Okay, so Lego man is there. Right? Hold up. What just happened? What's this? This is a link. Oh, maybe I didn't select it. Okay, there we go. All right, let me see. I think I can show you guys this without at least they give you warnings about showing stuff on your stream. All right, let's see. Let me go back to my source. Let me minimize so y'all can kind of see what I'm doing. Hey, that's me. All right. Okay. So image above text. Blank is now following. I think that's good. Background color. Black. Let's see. Okay. Sound default. Ooh. Okay. They got some, okay, so they got some custom sounds on here. But I can probably upload a sound too. Click or drag and drop. Okay, so let me see it. Let me see. Hold on, chat. Let me go back to so y'all can see me working. We making an upgrade right here. Shout out to Mr. Finesse. Let me see. Okay. Drag and drop. So where's all that? Let me see. I think that's under, no, that's, I'm gonna find something, chat. Y'all just wait. Just wait on it. Let me search. Cause what's the name of that file? Let me see. I'm gonna find out. I'm gonna find out what's the name of my file. Because I think what I want to do, at least for now, is I mean, what's sound? Let's see. Streamlabs, OBS, resources. Hold up. Come on now. I'm just trying to figure out where my sounds are saved at. Cause I know I have my sounds saving like hold up, what just happened? Were I even able to hear that? Oh, there we go. Yes, sir. Shout out to the community. Shout out to the team. So, all right, let's go back. Okay. Enter chat. Okay, here we go. So this is saved under home. Why is that file path so small? Okay, here we go. Jeez, this is where everything's saving at. App data roaming. Okay, let's see if I can find that, chat. Let's see what happens. Okay. Home. I'm trying to find the file path. Oh, that's crazy. Let me try that again. Okay, users. That's what I went to before. All right, let's try that again, chat. I'm looking for the file path. It should be here, but it's not. And I don't want to switch where all my stuff is. All right, let me see if I can just search it. Otherwise, I might have to use a temporary. Sound. Let me go back. All right, let me see. That's crazy. Like, I see the file path, but I don't see. All right, screw it. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna try to use. Let me close this out, and let's see if I can just use a sound they already have. All right. Let's see if I can find a sound. Let's see if we can find one that's not too bad. I don't want nothing cute. Cute chime. Nah. What's this? Sway virtual festival. Spooky siren mega drop. Bumpin' synths. What? Experimental dubstep. What's experimental dubstep? Oh, I can listen to it. Here we go, chat. That is way too much for somebody following you. Okay. Shoulder shimmy. They gotta relax. Break beat. Future bass short. Okay, sure. Why not? That'll be the one we choose for now, chat. That's such a random sound, but we're gonna choose it for now, and let's preview it. Okay. All right, let me let y'all see that. I know that's kind of crazy. Let's go back to the desktop view real quick. That's insane. Like, I definitely want not that sound, honestly. Like, that's better than the dubstep. That's a little peaceful. That's wild. This is, mind you, this is just a sound for somebody following you. Big boom. That's like, you know what I'm saying? This is the sound I prefer to have. Or, if I can set an alert for somebody's first time chatting, that's what I would want to have. Yeah. Yeah, some of these, I think we might have to just go for. That's too long. That's too long. I think that's the one we have right now. We might just have to go with one for now, chat. All right, so here's a preview, chat. That's the preview. So first of all, can we change the color? See, the alert animations fade in. That's fine. What happens if you what happens if you zoom in? Let's see. Okay. I don't mind it. They got the wiggle. What's the ta-da? Okay. I'm not gonna be against it. But let's change the color. Cause let's see. Let's see what that look like. How do we feel about that? It needs to be a little brighter. All right, let's go with that one. That's too bright. That's too bright, chat. That's too bright. All right, let's see. How we feeling about that, chat? How we feeling about that? I mean, it's at least temporary, right? So let's save it. Okay. So now if somebody follows us, Lego Man should come up. There we go. I think that's set up. I think that is set up. I think it's set up. Right? And it says add variation. I have to look into that later. Add variation. Okay, that's set up. Okay, so hold on, chat. Let's see. Let's go back full screen. Cause I think we could do we gotta get our own sounds. That's first and foremost. We gotta get our own sounds. All right. Let me see. Okay. All right, let's see here. Let's go back into it. Let's do one for subscriptions, right? Because at least if we get a couple of alerts on there, then I think I'll be at least satisfied. All right, let's see. All right, so this is subscriptions, right? So we'll do the same thing, image above text. And for now, we'll just say so-and-so just subscribe. We're gonna have to change the sound, but let's first let's change the image. So we can drag and drop an image. So if somebody subscribes, so I got my badges, right? So if they just subscribe, then they get the A rank. Y'all see that? This is, if you haven't seen my badges, this is how my badges look, chat. So I got A rank, B rank, C rank, S rank, true order badges, right? Right? So gold, silver, bronze, crimson, and obsidian. Those are my badges look like. If y'all never seen my subscription badges, and you get the flare on there too after a certain, I think with the different tiers and stuff. So let's see. if I have my gold badge, because if you're just a new subscriber, that's what you start off with. And for now, we're gonna just use whatever sound. But I believe I know what sound I want to use for when somebody subscribes. But let's see what's this one. This seemed like something that would be cool. That's almost like an Iron Man type of sound, right? Okay. I'm not completely mad at it, but we'll see. We'll see. We'll see. We'll see, chat. All right, let's see. Definitely nothing with pop in it. My stream already be you know what I'm saying? What's this level up? Oh, okay. 8-bit success. Not bad, not bad. Maybe I should be using that as when somebody follow. Underground dubstep. That's crazy. I actually don't. What's this? This is amazing.
This is amazing!
There we go.
There we go.
Interesting. See, I probably need one of those. Let's go.
Let's go!
No, no. DJ Scrub.
Thank you.
Thank you for the dono.
Thanks for the dono.
Definitely not. Definitely not one of those with the person's voice on there. Because if it's gonna have anybody's voice in there, it's gonna be either my shorty voice,
True.
or it's gonna be my man's voice.
True.
You know what I'm saying?
You're awesome.
Definitely not this nigga.
We win these.
No. We're going too far. Stop it. Okay, no, that's what's banging cloud. Yeah, no. We're going off the rails. Yeah, nah. We need something like, you know what I'm saying? What a melanated. Where's that one sound? We might have to just go with that one. Hold up. I mean, this is only for now anyway, chat, right? Breakbeat. That's the one I did for following, right? Maybe I'll use this one for now, and I'll switch it. I'll switch the other one. So let's see. Okay, let's change. I think that'll work. Let's see. Okay, I think we'll go with that one. That's for subscriptions for now, right? For follows, let's change the sound because we don't want the same sound. We're gonna have to do one of those short sounds for follow because we'll do which one was it? That wasn't bad. Level up. That was a little short. Positive game sound. Yeah, let's just go with something real simple. All right, so here we go. There we go. Let's lower the duration. That's too long. There you go. That gives me enough time to be like, all right, bet. You know what I'm saying? Cool. So we got that. And then, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, I think that's a little better, right? I think that's a little better. All right, let's see real quick. Let's at least do, that was follow, that was subscription, and let's do at least 2 more. right? Let's do bits and raids. We're just trying to get some initial alerts down, and then I'll be satisfied. We'll do bits and we'll do raids. For hold up, where'd I put my? I think it might be on the desktop. No, let me see. Okay, here we go. All right, so first, all right, here we go, chat. Let's get back to it. Yes, sir. W Stream. We making progress, and y'all watching me upgrade live. Shout out to y'all for witnessing the greatness. All right, here we go. All right. Let's get back to it. You feel me? All right. All right, here we go. So the next one we'll do raids next. So raids should be a little easier to do because we already know what photo we want to use. We're definitely going to use the raid train for sure. Raid train. Boom, right? And then minimum raid amount to alert. I mean, I'm not that special right now, so I'm gonna say 2. If somebody raid me with 2 people, you know, it'll trigger their raid. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to be out here acting like, you know what I'm saying? You feel me? Like I'm somebody special. But for the raid, let me see. That's a little crazy, but we might go with it. No, it gotta be hype. No, definitely not. Yeah, no, definitely not. Wine. I thought the bass was gonna drop. Okay, big boom. Okay, that's not haunting whisper. Power chords. See, that's why you gotta have your tribal drum. Yeah, see, that's why you gotta have your own sounds, cause you feel me? Oh yeah, we're gonna go with that one, chat. Fade in, fade out. Fade in up big. What's that? Let's look what it look like. Oh, fade up. A party of 5,065. Okay. Zoom in right. Oh, that was weird. Lift in, rotate in, rolling. Rolling gonna be something stupid. Oh, fade right big. Maybe that's what you want. It's still going, chat. Hey, turn up. That's a straight OGG. That was a long song. What about this one? I think that works. Yeah, that you see how that turned off? That makes more sense. Okay. Let's double check that's how we want it. Text over an image. Let's see if what happens if we do that. No, we definitely want that. All right, bet. I think that was good. Okay, so bits in general. Minimum bits to send the alert. We don't want it to become too distracting, so if y'all want the alert. I think it is. That song's still going. Yeah. That song's still going. That's insane. All right. So yeah, you give 100 bits, and then see, I don't have an image for bits though. I don't have an image for bits yet, chat. I think my Chat GPT is supposed to be creating me one. So is there something I can use for bits? Do I have something on here? Let me see if I have an image that I can use for bits. I don't think so. I don't want to use one of my badges as bits image. Do they have, let's see. Oh, so they have this is a test bit for alert for. So that's Jumpy Kevin. That's what that is. That's a image that they already have. Okay, so they have stock images. Okay. We can use one of the stock images, chat. And y'all probably want to see what I'm doing, so let me show you. All right, bet. Here we go. Eight-bit bleeding heart. Avocado for the bits. Arrow. Okay. Badge. Yeah, these are getting way out of hand all the way down there. Let's see. Can we just use one of these? We don't want Jumpy Kevin. Maybe we'll do the 8-bit bleeding heart. Okay, so if you give that, it'll just say blah, 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 cheer so-and-so amount. We'll switch this. We want that to be like almost like a purple color. Let's preview. Okay, that sound is not bad either. But I think they have a sound for bits. And let's see what it sounds like. I definitely scroll past it. Oh, that's the sound for bits. Shout out to True for the biddies. Yeah, we'll just use that one. We'll just use the bit sound, chat. That's the, you know what I'm saying? And then it'll be like, all right, bet. This is a test alert for 1 bit. Minimum bits for recent events. Okay, it says the smallest a cheer can be for the event to be shown in recent events. And then this is The smallest cheer can be for an alert to be shown. This is useful when you are getting spammed by small cheer messages. Setting this to 0 will make every cheer message trigger an alert. Yeah, we don't want that. We don't want that, chat. We're going to test this out with the minimum bits for recent events as 0. But and then we're going to drop this down to for 5 seconds. Because then, let me see. Yeah, I think that's good for now. We'll save that setting. For the subscription, let's check that out again. Let's see how we look. Okay. Cool. We'll save that setting. Follow. Let's see how I look. Okay. I think we can rock with that. We can rock with that. That's a W, chat. What y'all think? What y'all think, chat? W's in the chat for that. Hopefully those alerts work though. I think they will. We got some alerts now. All right, let's go back to our dashboard. Want to download the StreamYard plugin for OBS to easily use tools like alerts, overlays, widget. Wait, what? Wait, what? So I'm assuming whatever I did. Okay, I'm assuming whatever I did is on there now. Will that be under? We're just gonna assume that worked, chat. We're gonna assume that worked. You feel me? Let's assume that worked. All right, bet. We're gonna assume it worked. That's what we're gonna do. And I'm still showing you on my desktop. Okay, here we go. Yeah, I mean, I think this was a successful stream. Listen, I'm a cheap date. I'm easy to impress. So us setting up a couple of alerts for the stream is a win. It's a W. I got my coffee. It's 9:30. And we're going to start to refocus our energy on work because y'all know I'm a 9-to-5er. Or I'm a daytime employee. I'm a daytime worker. Whatever you want to call it. Right? So W to us setting up those alerts. Hopefully those alerts actually work, which I have confidence that they will. I guess there's only one way to find out. When somebody follows us or subscribes or donates 100 bits, we'll find out if they work. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to that. But in the meantime, y'all know what time it is, chat. Don't act brand new. Y'all know what time it is. Y'all know what time it is. Y'all know what time it is. You know what I'm saying? Let's go ahead and get this raid going. Y'all indulge me. I think, you feel me? Let's get this raid going. My God, pay on. We're gonna go to pay, chat. Appreciate y'all rocking with me as always, but y'all know the vibes. We gotta keep the vibes going all day. Let's go. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? And then the other stuff, we're gonna have to figure out how it's working. We're gonna have to figure out how the other stuff is working. We're going slowly but surely. It's a marathon, not a sprint. Don't y'all forget that. You know what I'm saying? Get that stream deck set up, Mr. Finesse, and I'm gonna come by and check you out. Peace. I'm gonna catch y'all on the next.